So, Captain America Brave New World came out recently, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people have given their reviews, their thoughts and opinions. If you want to see my review, click the title card at the top or whatever. Something's going to pop up. But click that and get my review. It was a decent, solid MCU film. It wasn't nothing too special. It's not the greatest of all time. It's not Endgame levels. But it is a very solid film. My money felt well spent. So people been coming up with the reviews, and one of the people who are notorious for giving reviews on Marvel films or any film they see in general is Hideo Kojima. And he dropped a dumb tweet. And so everyone's been up in arms about the MCU so far because people are complaining that you need to have homework to understand the movies in the MCU. Even though that stuff doesn't make any sense at all. Because these are the same group of people that were just complaining about, we want more connective universes, we want stories to connect, we want things to build up to something. I remember in the early phase 1 and 2 and the Infinity Saga of that whole MCU, when people complain about the Netflix shows need to be in the MCU, they need to be in the movies, and people was like, why would you have in the movies? Because if they're in the movies, then people have to watch a TV show, they're not going to understand, right? These same people are now all of a sudden saying that the Disney Plus shows are just too much work. It's just too much to watch the content at hand. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because this homework thought process of the MCU that people have been complaining about is not even true at all. It's just people that have a hate boner for the MCU. But let's break down this stupid ass tweet, okay? Let's break down this tweet and then I'll explain, okay? So Hideo Kojima says, I watched Captain America Brave New World in IMAX. I vaguely remember Sam receiving the shield in Endgame, but when did he officially become Cap? Is it because I haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And what's this about the Avengers being reorganized? I'm also getting it mixed up with the Thunderbolts trailer. Now, I must preface with this. It's funny because it's coming from Hideo Kojima, the same person who put a main title Metal Gear Solid game on the PSP and expect us to follow the story that way. But God forbid you have to watch a 6-episode Disney Plus series on a character you're following. But even still, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you don't have to watch to understand Captain America Brave New World. You want to know why? Because they explain everything that you need to know in the first 10 minutes of the movie. If you actually watch the movie and pay attention to the movie, you will understand that. Instead of running to Twitter and bitching about, I don't understand what's going on here, even though I didn't watch the product. What? And you know what's funny enough? Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out 4 years ago, right? I think like 4 to 5 years ago. And you had ample time to watch 2 episodes a week for the next 4 years. You can do that. You can do that. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. And let's say you didn't want to watch the show. Let's say I don't want to get Disney Plus. I don't care for the Disney Plus shows. I don't want to watch it. They explain it in the movie. Just watch the movie. And it's funny because there's people talking about, oh my God, Marvel Cinematic Universe is dead because you have to do homework to understand, even though they explained it verbatim. You didn't need to understand, shout out to the Birdman, you didn't need to understand Black Panther and Spider-Man in the MCU, right? You didn't need to understand their origin stories because they explained it to you in the movie, just like Captain America, right? They explain it to you. Everything you need to know is explained to you. He remembers Endgame when he's given the fucking shield. So you would assume if Steve Rogers is old and crippled, right? And he can't be Captain America, and he gives the shield to his friend, Sam Wilson, and explains to him, oh, it's yours. I want you to take it, right? You would infer, you would think to put 2 brain cells together and rub them like some nickels and understand that, hey, maybe Sam Wilson will be Captain America. Duh! What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? It's like, when it comes to, I don't even want to pull, like, you know what I mean? Like, people say, oh my God, you're just pulling the race card because he's black. I don't understand at this point. Because it's like, you have to actively ignore context to even get to this situation. What part of Captain America, and this movie is not a complex movie. I took my mom to see this, right? My mom can't remember what she had for breakfast yesterday, right? She's seen the MCU shows, but she can barely remember half of them worth of now because she just watches it with me, right? She's like, oh yeah, Captain America is black now. Sam Wilson, right? I remember that from Endgame. They explained it to me so I understood it. What? What else do you need? If she can understand it, I know damn well Hideo Kojima can understand it. And it's just so weird to me. It's weird. It's weird. Because the same people are now wanting, oh my God, I really want these characters from the Disney Plus shows and Netflix Daredevil. I want the Defenders to be in the MCU and be in movies. But when they show up in the movies, what do you mean we have to do more homework to understand these characters? What the fuck do you want? You don't know what you want. You don't. You just want to sit here and complain about anything the MCU is doing. And it's annoying. This whole homework notion is so dumb to me. You can sit and watch a 6-episode TV show if you really want to understand the characters. It's weird. It's like people want to say they're so invested in the MCU, but when you ask them to do one memory check, all of a sudden, oh my God, this is too much work. This is too much work. Even when you don't even need it. You do not need it. People who are complaining about, oh my God, the Thunderbolts are the majority of characters I haven't seen in films and movies. Well, one, oh well. Two, I'm pretty sure they're going to explain it for general audiences in the fucking movie. I think they're going to explain it. I would hope so. Literally in the trailer, they have a quote about, he used to be Captain America before he got, that's why he looks like Captain America, right? Like, what are we doing here? It's crazy. It's like, a thirsty man is just like in the middle of a fucking ravine and refuse to drink. You know what I mean? I don't know if ravine is the best, analogy, but you get what I mean? It's like, you're surrounded by drinkable water and you're just refusing to do it. Talking about, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. Drink then, the fuck? It's not necessary to understand the character, but it adds additional context to it. What are we talking about here? I watched Falcon. This is kind of spoilers for Brave New World. I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They didn't explain how Bucky became a congressman at the end of the show. I don't understand what's going on. I'm pretty sure they would do it in fucking Thunderbolts because it's in the fucking movie, right? It's stupid. It's so stupid. This is so stupid. Out of everyone to sit here and complain about the homework thing, Hideo Kojima is the last fucking person to do that because his shit is barely understandable as is. The Metal Gear Solid series is not an easy fucking story to follow. The nerve. It's like, what are we doing here? It's like the pot calling the kettle black. You need to have a story that's more coherent so I can understand it. Even though you have games that are out of order. One is from the past, the other one's from the future. This one is, you have to play the whole series backwards just to understand in chronological order. What are we doing here? The main character is not the main character, it's actually the clone of the main character from the sequel game. And what you need to do is you need to understand is you need to go back to the first one, play the third one, play the fourth one, then play the second one to really get the, it's like, what? But please, you have to watch a 6-episode miniseries about a character that you're following to understand the context, even when they explain to you in the fucking movie. I'm sorry, Hideo Kojima. I'm sorry. I apologize. You have to get out your busy schedule of filming celebrities for your fucking video game that you can't watch a miniseries. I apologize. Even though they explain it in the fucking movie, everything you need to know. It's like, it's stupid. It is so, this whole homework MCU thing that people love bitching about is so dumb to me. It's the same thing I do with the DCU, where it's like, you're gonna have all these movies and like, wait a minute, I have to watch Creature Commandos to understand this and the third. I don't get it. I can't comprehend it. It's like, what? I love when people say, oh my God, you have to do so much homework to see Captain America Brave New World. You have to see the Incredible Hulk movie. You have to see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You have to see the previous Captain America movies. You have to see Endgame. It's like, in the movie, literally the first 20 minutes, they explain every character. They explain their motivation. They explain how they got to this point. It's like, I don't know what else you want to do. Do you want us to do the comic book paragraphs of like, oh, to find out more, check out this movie? Do you want that? Because they're explaining it to you, you're still not fucking getting it. So I don't understand. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think MCU need homework for it? Like, what the Is Hideo Kojima just tripping? I'm not gonna be in the comments, to be honest with you. I'll be zoning out, but I'll look in the comments every now and again, and I'm out. Peace.